Hello again, this is Iron Bill back after a couple of days of hiatus. Been pretty busy at work again, and that's going to happen for a while, so it's going to be difficult for me to make content every single day. But I do plan to be fairly regular, and I'd shoot for 5 days a week, and if it's only four, forgive me. But 7 days a week just isn't going to work right now. Anyway, I'm showing you my loadout here. I'm going to do some PvE. I'm running Supremecy, Mida Mini-Tool, and Xenophage in the Interference mission. Now, this is the later stages of Interference, which means we're fighting the final Interference boss over and over for the last 3 weeks, and I assume it'll be that way here. Or at least I assumed that when I took off. This actually is something I've already done, and I'm showing you after I've done it, so yeah, I guess I can tip my hand there. I already know. Anyway, while this is playing in the background, there's really nothing special here. I did want to say, though, and this kind of ties into what I am going to talk about, I wanted to run some different stuff. I'm not super good on snipers right now in PvP, so my method to work on that without getting absolutely clubbed in Crucible itself and costing my team landslide losses is to get into PvE and just force myself to use it. Now I want to use that in tandem with this Mida Mini-Tool, because if you haven't heard, Mida Mini-Tool is going to be reissued with the perks that now are require you to run the Mida multi-tool, so that you get the speed boost and I forget what else you get. Speed and handling, I believe it is. It'll be built right into the mini-tool. Now, under controller, it's not really a very usable weapon, and it's because it has no stability whatsoever. But on mouse and keyboard, I've been playing with this thing, and I got to tell you, it's not bad. I can probably land about as many shots on the head with this as I can anything else. And here I am trying to shoot around the tree, and you can see the ricochets off of there. Looks like I have a clear shot, but I really don't. And I'm just going to have to take my time with this. Now, there we go. I'm getting flinched, so I'm going to probably take care of this guy, then get up here and clean up some ammo and work on around. Anyway, let's get to the main thing at hand. I'll just let this play in the background. You can just decide for yourself whether or not it's worth watching. But we've had a lot of iDocs out, or at least a few, and we've had a lot of information dropped. And this is when Bungie's in full speed, let's get on the hype train sort of a deal. And I have to say, for the first time in a long time, I'm really starting to get kind of hyped about what's about to happen. Because this is the big drop of the year. It is delayed. And what I've seen of it, the new subclass, man, it'll either be super cool, game-breaking, or it'll just be a big dud. I mean, I don't know where to guess on that, but it will be interesting one way or the other. I'm looking forward to new weapons. And, you know, you see me try to use weapons all the time just because I get tired of doing the same old thing, and I think a lot of people do too. And I'm not one of those people that's all that upset about sunsetting, for that matter, because, I mean, back in Destiny 1, I really got bent out of shape when the Taken King came out, and they basically, that was the first time they ever sunset weapons. And I was so mad I quit for months. I mean, I just didn't play at all for like 3 or 4 months. And then I got to thinking about it and realized that it was kind of a silly stance for me to take, because in the end, you know, what I play for is to get new stuff and to find cool new things. And if all I'm doing is holding on to more and more old stuff that eventually I just stopped using anyway, I mean, after all, I haven't played the Mida Mini-Tool in probably at least a year. It's just sat in my vault. And that's just taking up space that I don't need to take up. And, you know, it's not like it had a god roll to it, because, you know, at the time when you first got this, it had a set roll. And there are a lot of things like that, you know, really, if you were to be honest, you'd have to admit just sits in your vault. Now, here's another great find. You know, I love look at the range on that. I love the Mida Mini-Tool. I mean, it is just a great little submachine gun. I'm also running the Supremecy here. And how I let myself sit on this, I do not know, but I have a god roll. And I just never was that much into snipers after the sniper nerf especially, and I just thought, what's the point? You know, I'll just stick with the other stuff. And honestly, it's fun to play with. And I was watching a video, True Vanguard put this out this week, and you know, if you don't know who that is, he's really a top-notch content creator, really upbeat guy. I really appreciate his content. He's not toxic at all, which I super appreciate, but he was talking about how to do target acquisition with snipers, and basically center up your screen, then ADS. And I've been trying to practice that, and I will admit I can feel myself getting faster with it. But it's something I'm going to have to focus on. You know, I've always known that I've been lazy the way I carry my gun. I tend to run with a gun aiming low, and what I ought to do is I ought to put that purple pipper, do you see it on my screen? It always ought to be at rest in the center of my screen. It should not be low. And if it is, chances are I'm not going to be ready to shoot whatever pops in front of me. In PvP, oftentimes it's that split second that it takes for you to bring that back up to center and acquire your target. I mean, your target, if they're good, they've already put 2 or 3 shots into you, and you're losing that fight before you ever get a shot off. And if you watch me play, that happens all the time. So when I'm on my game, I'm doing a better job of actually keeping that pipper up. So that's worth noting. Anyway, on to equipment. I've gotten into Destiny Item Manager here recently, just so that I can, and I knew about it, but I'm getting in here and I'm sorting through things that I want to keep and things that I don't. And for the most part, if something caps at 1060, it really just needs to go. Except, and I play a lot of Control and PvP, and my assumption is that power will still not matter at that level. You know, if you've got a good role that you enjoy playing in PvP, you know, you won't be able to get these guns again, so I wouldn't be too hasty about getting rid of those. You just might wind up being pretty sorry about that. Armor, not so much. I've got tons of armor in my vault that I know that I will never use again, because quite honestly, whenever I think I need a piece of armor, I'll just go roll a new one. Because umbrals are so easy to get. And yeah, it's true, umbrals are going away, but I have to believe that there'll be some sort of economy that will come along that will, you know, replace that, because it's been pretty popular. It may not come next season, but I think in the near future it can. And anyway, I think it's worth getting out new rules anyway, because with a new subclass, I mean, who knows what is going to be the most important stat anyway when it gets right down to it. I'm guessing it'll be intellect, but who knows? And honestly, I don't even know how the new armor is going to be structured anyway, and how far they're going to go retro on nodes, and there's just a lot that's unknown at this point in time. And I guess if I didn't have a full-time job and I could just sit and peel through all the stuff that's written, I could have the answer to that. But the fact is, I do have a full-time job and I don't do that. So I'll find out probably just about as soon as anyone else does, and that's when it drops and we start peeling through it in less than 2 weeks. Pretty exciting. Okay, so you see, I'm actually, you know, in the past when I've played interference here, what I've done is I've gone to the top and tried to play it. And I'm using my Supremecy here to, and my submachine gun to good effect. I mean, I'm taking these guys down. I got some heavy there on top of it. I'm not going to try to go up there because, you know, the Shriekers will take you down if you do. I'm using my heavy mainly for the hardest targets, and that, of course, is Nocris and these knights that are about to pop up. They just need to be taken down right away. Prioritize those. If you've not done this mission, once you get those 3 things down, you're in pretty good shape. Even the ogres that come up in the next round aren't that big of a deal. And all you really have to do is just take your time. These guys will go down, but what you don't want to do is take one down entirely and then start working on the other. What you want to do is try to work them down so that you can kill them within, say, 5-10 seconds of one another, because then you can get those orbs off without another one spawning in, because about 15 seconds after you kill one of these, if you don't have the crystals taken care of, another one will spawn. And it's just another hard enemy that you have to take down. Also, this gives you the opportunity to pull down some ads and build up some heavy ammo if you need it. Wear your festival mask and put it on Vampiric Touch, I believe it is. And if you do that, then you will have all the heavy that you're going to need to complete this mission. My goal was to do this without dying. We'll see how close I get. I did it with my hunter without dying, but with my warlock I've yet to make it. So, and it's usually just something stupid I did. Okay, so there we go. I've got them both down. I'm going to toss my crystal up there. I'm getting pretty close. I need to get some cover. And that's where I'm using mobility. And I've got to tell you, I really do love the top tree Dawnblade. It is grown on me to the point that I don't want to go back to Hunter just yet. There we go. Got his shield up. And I'm down to 6 rounds. And I've got ogres that'll pop up here. Now, my goal here is to take it down as much as I can with a sniper. And look how steady that is. I'm a lousy shot. And I could pop him like that. Now, I need to be careful because I'm going to have some ads that'll crawl up on me once they spot me. Okay, so I've saved 5 heavy rounds. I think I pop up here in a second. Yeah, no, I didn't have to. Alright. So I need to take those 2 guys down. Now this is the trickiest one because when you get these orbs, you're going to have to go up... Yeah, bad melee there. You're going to have to go up into those shielded areas there. And there are ads all over the place there. And things are starting to get a little testy here. And I'm not getting much opportunity to recover. Now it's really important these guys go down together. Because you want to make this happen like super fast. So I've got the one guy down where with a few sniper rounds he'll go. I want to finish off these ads here so I have a clear path to egress. There's the first one. There's the second one. That's the proper way to do it. Now I just need to get out of here. Now you notice that Nokris is just pummeling me, and if I continue up, I'm going to die, and I know it. So, like it or not, I'm going to have to get back under cover and recover just a little bit anyway. Use my speed boost to get past that ad. Now you got to do this so fast because if I'm up here for more than 10 seconds, I will have shriekers and they'll die. That's all it takes. So the shriekers are about to come. I know it. It's time to get out of here. And you'll just kind of hear a call. You saw that red go up behind me? I mean, I got out just in time. I decided not to squirt that guy. I didn't want to waste any time. I probably should have put some on him, but I didn't. I'm going to use the orb here to melee this first guy down. And second guy. And that gives me just enough time to make one roundabout here. I want to get over here where I can see where to throw it. Throw it. Just keep moving straight ahead. Get out of here. Now, I've got 5 rounds and my super. This should be enough. So, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to miss the Xenophage as a top tier weapon. I got to tell you. It doesn't matter where you hit, it doesn't have a crit spot. And look at that. I made it without dying. So, shortly after this, it boots me. I've been getting a lot of errors, network errors lately, a lot of baboons, a lot of anteaters, and that's going to happen to me in just a second. But with that, I'm going to close this off tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this play. I hope it was informative in some way and entertaining. And with that, this is Iron Bill, and I am signing out.